Alright, ladies and gentlemen, I'm here on the show, and I'm here to talk about some wrestling news. We're around to it here, so this is a quote here from Cody Rhodes on SNL. I guess he's talking to. He said, end quote, "If I haven't finished the story by WWE 2K25, don't bring me back for the commercial. Don't put me on the cover. Don't put me anywhere near it. I won't deserve it." I think hopefully the story will be finished by April in WrestleMania. And just, if it's Cody Rhodes, people are going to be disappointed, including me. If it's Roman facing Raw, then what do you do with Cody Rhodes? What do you do? Because you do not want to risk pissing off the fans. You do not want to risk Roman Raw getting booed out of the building and getting Cody chants the whole time. And I'm not waiting till 2025. I'm not waiting, but that's just my opinion. Hopefully it's happening. This WrestleMania, Cody wins the Chamber, gets to face Roman, wins the belts then. Because he's going to win it. I mean, he has to. I'm not waiting till 2025 or whatever. Because if it's The Rock, you know Roman's going to win, so what's the point? It's like, what's the point in watching the main event? So, Bayley, in an interview with with Under the Ring podcast, gave Michael Cole his flowers. Honestly, he's the greatest at what he does. Has done this for 25 years? I can't even imagine and being able to be consistent with that. He did 2 WWE shows every week. I get tired doing one. I will give him all his flowers and respect for and all that stuff. Man, Bayley's face turns now even happen online. Man, she's playing all the seeds for that face turn. Babyface run's gonna be generational. But yeah, Michael Cole deserves his flowers. I know there was a few years where he was kind of rough, but that was with Vince McMahon, screaming in his ear. But now he doesn't have Vince McMahon screaming in his ear. To show you how really good he is. And their interaction is always hilarious. It's good to see she does care, about Michael Cole. The advertised card for WWE Raw tonight, Cody Rhodes and CM Punk go face to face. Seth Rollins kicks off with an update on his future tonight as well. 2 interesting things to watch: Drew McIntyre versus Damian Priest, Chad Gable versus Ivar, Miz versus Dominic, and Ivy Nile versus Valhalla. Bandale face. But yeah, 2 good segments I think there. It's gonna be with Seth Rollins giving an update on his future, and then the Cody Punk promo. I'm so tense about the Rollins announcement because I don't know what's going to happen. I don't think he'll relinquish the title, but we'll see. But I'm just kind of curious what he's going to say tonight. I hope they allow him to take just a little bit of time off and not trip him with the belt. At least Seth shows up on a weekly basis and defends his title, not Roman Reigns. But I still think he can wrestle. If it was a torn ACL, there would be no chance. But since it's an MCL and a partially torn meniscus, you can still wrestle. But they're just gonna have to be careful with it. So Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley found out in real time that they're the cover stars for 2K24. So it's Cody Rhodes, Bianca Belair, and Rhea Ripley. I think they all deserve it. It's not really weird Bianca's on it. I think she's one of the longest reigning women's champion, main event and Mania, and constantly good in and out of the ring. Not really weird. Rhea Ripley's one of the top women's wrestlers. Really over right now. So of course she's gonna be one of the other stars, and Cody Rhodes faces the company, so it makes sense that they're the 3 cover stars for the WWE 2K video game. Cody Rhodes is the cover star for this year's 2K, obviously, and Rhea Ripley and Bianca Belair are the cover stars for the deluxe edition. Think I need more news. So Big E, he shared via TMZ that he still doesn't have a timeline for his WWE in-ring return. It's all together. The bones connect to other bones. I just want to make a smart decision, I didn't start wrestling to end up in a wheelchair. So yeah, make sure I'm just making the best decision for myself. I don't have a timeline, unfortunately. Yeah, I think you just want to make the smart decision, not end up getting hurt again and hurt your neck again. Hopefully he can come back. I'd rather him never come back if he's risking his long-term health, even just a little bit. Because health comes first. You can give him a backstage role, or you can do something on screen. Like Jason Jordan, maybe be a producer. Or you can make a great future general manager. But if all else fails, he has the attributes to do other things in the business. But I really hope he can come back. Because, he said the bones connect to the other bones, which means the bones are connected. But, I don't know. Minoru Suzuki versus Adam Copeland next week, or this week on AEW Dynamite from Savannah, Georgia. Man, Edge versus Suzuki? I mean, it's solid, but like... So, Ric Flair says that Charlotte Flair is going to come back to WWE, and quote, faster than ever, faster than they will ever recommend. And that she's a top 3 athlete. They from Dr. Duggan, who's been there for 3 decades, has ever done surgery on Busted Open Radio. Hopefully she doesn't rush back just to get injured more easily. That's going to go away again at some point. There's a pandemic in women's sports right now with leg injuries. Like, there's so many leg injuries, like those knee leg injuries. There's not even leg injuries, it's like a knee injury. She don't pull it to John Cena 2008. But there needs to be 100% to come back from an injury. I don't want her to just get rushed back. But I wish her the best. Hopefully she doesn't rush back. R-Truth revealed he feared he would need amputation after going through complications from tearing his quad in late 2022, and ultimately fearing he'd lose his career along with his leg, after his doctor suggesting amputation as an option. And this is an interview with the Cheap Heat podcast. Says he, end quote, had to have a wound VAC and wear that for 6 weeks along with a PICC line, while spending months trying to kill an infection by going through surgeries and discovering the bacteria and hole in his knee that caused the infection. Along with MRSA staff and their cousins and kinfolks. Had stitches coming through his knee out by itself, so the body wasn't agreeing to them, and thus had to go back into surgery for a 3rd time, but the infection was still there, so he had to get another PICC line as well. Man, I'm glad he's okay and now back in the ring, and on TV it's one of the best acts going with the Judgment Day. And I'm glad he powered through, because I didn't know about this. Like, his leg could got amputated. I'm glad he's better and doing a lot better, and that makes his run with the Judgment Day even more special. And knowing Priest and them pitched it, I'm glad R-Truth's okay, because I never knew, like, after he tore his quad in late 2022 and feared he could lose his leg. So 2 days ago, now at 1,238 days, Roman Reigns has now surpassed Bruno Sammartino's 2nd longest reign to now have the 4th longest world championship reign in WWE history, in order to reach the 3rd and surpass Hulk Hogan's reign of 1,474 days. Reigns will need to hold until mid-September 2024. I think fourth longest is good enough. You have to come to a stop. The number of days really don't fucking matter at this point when he's gone for half the fucking year. Like, I'm tired. Tired of him holding the fucking title. A few nights ago at TNA, Trinity, Naomi bid farewell to TNA. I had a pretty good run. I look forward to her run and that be under new management because I think she's going to come back to the Royal Rumble. She bid farewell to TNA. I think she done a good job of, getting her career, getting a step up to her career with TNA, and now coming back to WWE. Next week on SmackDown, we're going to have Kaden Carter and Katana Chase versus Kabuki Warriors for the Women's Tag Team Championship. Next week's show looks pretty good. Honestly. So Seth Rollins has a torn MCL and torn partial meniscus. But there was a little bit of an update here. Seth Rollins could return from a torn meniscus if surgery is required. In 3 to 4 weeks, if he was able to push it, but 4 to 6 weeks is usually a more likely recovery. Rollins should be good to perform at WrestleMania this April, but other major events before that can be in question. I don't think there's zero need for him to perform in any other event than WrestleMania at this point. I still think we'll get CM Punk and Seth Rollins, but he wasn't going to be at the Royal Rumble, I think, regardless. But I don't think he'll be at Elimination Chamber either. But it's all fine with this is fine with me as long as we get CM Punk and Seth Rollins at WrestleMania. But yeah, it's all the wrestling stuff I want to talk about here, honestly. So yeah, until next time, peace.